Welcome back. A minimally invasive spinal surgery option is available at both OSF St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria and OSF St. Joseph Medical Center in Bloomington. I'm joined by Dr. Max Kahn, a spinal surgeon with OSF HealthCare. Good morning.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for stopping in. So what is endoscopic spine surgery?
Sure. Endoscopic spine surgery is the newest minimally invasive spine surgery option that we have. It's very, very small incisions and allows us to fix all your spinal problems without injuring any tissue and with a much, much easier recovery.
So for folks that may have back issues at home, why would this maybe be a better option?
Well, it's much, much less surgical pain. The incisions are much, much smaller. For the most part, the surgery is the same day, so you come in the morning, usually home by noon, and the recovery is much, much faster and less painful, so you can get back to being yourself, get back to work, get back to playing with your kids in a much faster period of time.
And who can get this surgery? Like, who would you say would qualify?
Sure. Pretty much any spinal condition can qualify. Everything from your usual herniated disc or sciatica to more complex deformity type surgeries. We're happy to discuss any conditions that any patient might have with them.
And can you describe sciatica? I hear the term a lot. What is it exactly?
Sure. Basically, sciatica is severe low back and leg pain that's caused by the pinching of a nerve as it exits. Actually, like if you look on the model, it's some of these nerves exit. They can be pinched by a herniated disc or by a bone spur, and it'll produce a very, very painful sensation going down your leg.
And can you demonstrate what this process would look like if someone is to have the procedure?
Sure. So this model shows you what a traditional surgery looks like. So it would be a midline incision, and then we'd have to move the muscles out of the way, which can be very, very painful. And then you have to remove a whole piece of bone to get access to the nerves, which works. It can make your pain feel better, but it's very, very destructive, and it can cause problems down the line. This newer technology involves very, very small incisions. This is the endoscope. So incisions smaller than a dime, as you can see by the size of the scope. And we take advantage of the body's natural spinal openings. So we would dock the scope, and then we would take even smaller instruments like this, and they go through the scope. And then we're able to introduce them into the spine without removing any significant amount of bone. So your spine is actually the same as it was when you go home. We just removed whatever it was that was causing you pain.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. And the person can go home fairly quickly.
Typically the same day, often within an hour or so. In fact, one of my partners, Dr. Sohail Syed, actually does these surgeries awake if the patient is open to it, so that they don't have to deal with any of the anesthesia risks.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's huge. And what would the typical, recovery process look like for the surgery here, the traditional surgery? So
the traditional surgery, you're probably going to be off work for anywhere from 6 to 10 weeks, potentially, depending upon exactly what you had done. With endoscopic spine surgery, you go home the same day, and you usually take it easy for about 2 weeks or so. And then I'd see you at about 2 weeks to check how your incision's looking and how you're doing, and then I'd slowly start getting you back to work from there.
So if someone out there is interested, thinking that they have severe back issues and this is something they want to consider, where can they look into this further? Sure,
I would just contact either myself, Dr. Max Kahn, or my partner, Dr. Sohail Syed, at OSF HealthCare in either Peoria or in Bloomington, and I'm happy to talk to them about it.
All right, and any last minute just tips or tricks? I know a lot of people are doing a lot of work outside, they're mowing the lawn, they're doing summer renovation projects. Any advice on how you can protect your back?
Sure. Honestly, the best thing I think we can tell people is just listen to your own body. If you're starting to hurt and you're starting to feel some pain, take it easy for a couple days. You know yourself best, and just hear your body when it tells you things.
All right, that's great advice there. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Me.
This is very informative, definitely for me. I feel like I'm back in science class.
Sure.
This is awesome. Well, we'll have all this information on 25newsnow.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.